In this video, guys, I will be showing you guys my tier list for all the karate styles. I just want to let you guys know that this is my tier list off of what I know about a game. So if you guys want to go to a different tier list, by example, Rice I Eat, he has made a tier list. And then there's a bunch of them online you can look for. This is my tier list for 2024, so just keep that in mind. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, please leave a like and subscribe, and let's start off with the tier list. So the first style we're starting with is Gojo-Ryu. So Gojo-Ryu, the main of one of my instructors, actually, Sylvius. This style has gone so much better over the time. It's really funny. If you guys go watch any of my older videos, you guys could see how Sylvius fights. It's impressive how he uses Gojo. He's found a way to counter Taekwondo. He's found a way to counter Tang Soo Do. He's found a way to counter basically all the styles. It's become quite impressive. So the plus minus for Gojo are as follows. So of course you can hold your block since you're a defensive style. The only thing is that the regeneration takes a little bit of time. But the thing is that with the punch being slow, you have to use your block often to get your punch back. But if you're good at that, you're pretty good at, Gojo. Also, another thing is the front kick is actually really strong. So just this kick right here is really good for range. There are a few cons though. The punch itself is actually really easy to spot if you're a counter offensive style. Wado-Ryu will tear you to shreds. It's not even close. Taekwondo, you still have a chance, but if a Taekwondo player is good at predicting what you're gonna do, you're not gonna win. So with that logic, I'm gonna put Gojo-Ryu in A. It's really strong for people that actually want to get good at it. But if you do not have the skill ceiling that a typical player would have, you're probably not going to be good with Gojo. Now on to the next style, we have Tang Soo Do. This is by far the most popular style in the game, and with good reason. It has one of the fastest cooldown of a punch in the game, if you guys could see that. The block makes it so that you could punch right away. The block cooldown though is a little bit long, but with how fast you could punch, you can clash really easily, which will reset your block. The attacks, the kicks and stuff aren't really that good. Maybe the right kick has some use, but it's mainly the punch that you'll be using. Because of the limited range that it has, it makes it easy for you to try and bait it with a ghost punch, or just being able to punch at quick speeds. By far, this style is just really strong right now. And there's no argument about it. This style is 100% going in S tier. If someone has an argument with that, let me know in the comments, because honestly, I think I'm right. Now, the next style in the game is Shotokan. Shotokan has seen some uses, let's put it that way. I've seen a lot of players use it recently, and honestly, it has some uses, but I feel like it's on the weaker side of the spectrum. Shotokan gets heavily countered versus Chito-Ryu and Gojo-Ryu. The reason being is if you get a successful block, you will not be able to punch right away. For example, Taekwondo and Wado-Ryu, if you get a successful block, you're actually able to get right away attack. With Shotokan, you can't. The only thing you can really do with it is, well, use your speed. The one unique thing about Shotokan is that if you block, you get an extra 2.5% stud speed boost, and same thing with your punch. This is why this style was used a little bit more in people that are, let's say, in NA, because they want to try and use the speed to disengage and doing whatever. The whole point of the style is being a counter offensive style, and I don't see it at all. With that being said, Shotokan, I'm putting you in C tier. I feel like it's just too weak right now, and there's too many counters. Maybe it'll have a chance versus, let's say, a Taekwondo player who have attacks that are set in stone. But right now, I don't think it's up to the par right now. I would say between C and D tier. I want to say low C tier, high D tier, because it has some uses, but overall, I don't think so. Now, Chito-Ryu. This thing is becoming a little bit more popular nowadays. It's basically a Gojo that has a weaker block, but a longer block. And it takes maybe 5 years to actually recharge. The one thing that it does have going for it is how fast a punch is. It's surprisingly faster than some other punch in the games. The attacks on it are kind of weird. The kicks have good cooldowns, so you could use these a little bit more than the punch. But overall, this style is just a weaker Gojo in my opinion. The block taking forever, so if you wait the full duration, look how long it takes for it to recharge. If you do not go for a clash, if you miss your punch, you're gonna lose. So it's a lot like Shotokan. You need a really high skill ceiling to actually try and make this be good, but if you're gonna try and pick this up, you're gonna need a lot to work with. So in my opinion, Chito-Ryu is going under Shotokan in C tier. Actually, I'd put it more closer to D tier because right now it's not strong. I won't lie. Now, Street Brawler. Street Brawler is also getting more popular. But The reason being that I don't necessarily like this style is because of how slow the attacks are. They are really, really, really long and they're sluggish. So you could see that you could easily see when the attacks are coming and when they're going to be attacking you. Especially the punch because of the wind-up. So a lot of Street Brawler players do is they use the block to try and get you to do something, and then they punch again, and then they block, and then they punch, and then they block, and then they... So versus a style like Tang Soo Do, where it's a lot of just trading, all that stuff, Street Brawler has a chance because of how annoying it is to just keep punching, and then keep blocking, and then keep punching. If you're good with it, and you punch at the right times, and then you block at the right times, it's actually really, really strong. But against Taekwondo, Wado-Ryu, and Shotokan, you get absolutely swamped. It's not even close. It's ridiculous how bad it is versus those styles. I've fought so many Street Brawler players, and I'm telling you, as a Taekwondo player and Wado player, it's near impossible for me to lose against this style. The only way they could really win against me is if they use their kicks more. That's it. That's the only way, and even then, they're pretty easy to read. I'd put it just in between here. So I'd put it a little, I would say literally just a little bit over Shotokan, because I feel like it has a place, and it has a lot of counters if used correctly. But if you have someone that uses their block well, or someone that uses their punch well, you're not going to be able to win. Now, Taekwondo, my first style I've ever made, and one of the higher skill ceilings in the game. This style is really, really good for a lot of reasons. First things first, you can attack right after you get a perfect block. So here, if I don't get the perfect block, I can't attack out of it, which is a little bit annoying. But if, let's say, I do get a perfect block, I can attack right out of it. The only style that can't get affected by this is Chito and Gojo. Gojo and Chito, they can block you if they hit their attacks a little bit later. That's the only way. The kick, both the punch, most useless attack in the game. It's very quick cooldown, but how slow it is and how you can't move, it's not good. The jump kick is good for distance, so you're able to chase someone and use it, or if you want to use it as a bait, you can do that too. And the best kick for this style, Taekwondo right kick, it's really fast. It has some really good range, if you guys can see right here. That's some really great range. It's just super good, especially whenever you're counter. You're really using your block more, and then if you get a perfect block, just using that right kick because of how fast it comes out, it's pretty strong. I would say that Taekwondo is arguably a bit better than Tang Soo Do. The reason why, it's really interchangeable in my opinion, because Taekwondo, if you're not a good Taekwondo player, you're not going to win. Same thing as with Tang Soo Do. If you don't know how to use the cooldowns and stuff, you won't be able to win. I feel like Taekwondo is better for a higher skill player. That's why I'd put it just a bit under Tang Soo Do. But if a good Taekwondo takes Taekwondo, he will kill every Tang Soo Do player on the planet. The next style that we have here is Muay Thai. Muay Thai, it has uses, but then again, it comes back to the same reasons of Street Brawler. The attacks are really easy to see and block, especially the kicks. The only thing that's deceiving is the kicks ranges are really, really low, which makes it easy for you to bait them with, let's say, just a fake kick because of how quick the cooldowns are too. And as well, the block is incredibly long, and you could punch right out of it. So it's basically just a better Street Brawler in my opinion. It's just a little bit stronger, and then let's say you're able to get good clashes and stuff. I feel like it's way better. And if you use your kicks, you're able to block basically right away. So if you use your kicks, you can block literally mid-kick. So that's also a nice thing you can do. I don't think you can do it off the punches. Yeah, you can't do it on the punches. But if you do it off the left or right kick, you're able to block basically right away. So in my opinion, Muay Thai is a B tier. I feel like it's actually really, really strong now. And if someone can really learn it, I feel like it could easily be pushed up to A tier. Now, this is my new main, Wado-Ryu. This style is underrated. Underrated as in this attack, this style is just really underrated. So let me start with the cons before I get onto the pros. The main con that this style has is it has really only one attack that's really useful, the punch. This punch is a very fast cooldown and very fast release speed, which makes it super hard to react, and the range on it is crazy. Look at this. It takes at least half an extra arm just to punch. It's pretty good. Also another con that's really, really bad is how long it takes for you to attack. So let's say I mess up my block, around 3.7 seconds before you can actually attack again. So that means if you're not good with your block management, oh, you're gonna lose so much with Wado, it's not even funny. On the other hand, if you are a good Wado player like me, you'll be able to use your block a little bit less. You'll be able to use your punch more. But then again, It's really easy to read how you're going to be attacking. So Wado, I feel like it has really good potential. It's basically just a worse Taekwondo in my opinion. The attacks, you can literally hit any block punch in the game. If you block successfully, any style in the game, you can attack out of it. So it's really, really strong. So honestly, I would put it somewhere in high B tier. If someone knows how to use it, I feel like it's really, really strong. But honestly, I don't see it going any higher until I see someone prove it. Now, Kyokushin is the before last style. And Kyokushin, I've used this before as well. It was one of the first styles that I actually used in tournament. I believe it was my first style. And it is, I think, the most versatile style in the game. It has the fastest kick in the game. It literally, the thing comes out before the attack even lands, which is crazy. It has probably one of the highest kicks range in the game. Look how long that is. Like, you just get a lot of range off those kicks. And the punch has similar punch cooldowns than Taekwondo, or than Tang Soo Do. Now, when it comes to the block, it's similar to, let's say, Street Brawler with how fast it comes up. But overall, if someone knows how to use this, aka Giano, shout out to him, it's in the description of his channel, you can really win some fights. It's really impressive. So in my opinion, because of how high the skill ceiling is and how much you can do with the style, I'm putting him in S tier. Kyokushin, if you know how to use Kyokushin correctly, you could win against any style in the game. I believe it. Now, let's get on with the most recent style in the game, Kung Fu. Kung Fu, I'm just going to be honest, it's trash, man. It's trash. The only good part about it is the punch, which has some really good range and speed, and the left kick having good speed. The only issue it is the block. This style, you have actually a slower punch out than Shotokan, which makes it so that half the styles that I just listed can block it. It's not good. The only thing that makes it viable is because when you're using Kung Fu, you're able to block at any time, even when you're stunned, even when anything. So against Gojo, Taekwondo, Wado, and Shotokan, this style is really strong if they do a lot of punch blocking. So let's say you get stunned, and then the guy goes and attacks, and you're still stunned, you're still able to block it. That's the one thing that's nice about it. If they made an attack on it that was a little bit faster, I feel like this style could be used a little bit more, or make it so that the punch block is a little bit better. I feel like this style would be used a lot more, but right now, I don't see much of a use on it. So I will put this style in F tier. Until they buff it, I don't believe that this style is going to be really good. So this is basically my tier list. I think these styles are really, really good. Any style can be used good. Even Cheeto. Cheeto players are really good now. I seen one go to the semifinals. I feel like it just goes off of difficulty. So it's really, really hard to actually make them good. So Tang Soo Do, by far the easiest style to use, and so on and so forth. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.